about.
You watching the Vlad interviews, they just be staring at him like it's a whole interrogation process. They always look like they going through something. You know what I'm talking about? Vlad interviews.
Vlad be waiting for them to snitch.
What are you talking about, man? And it's no filler, nothing. It's just quiet.
What are you talking about? What the you talking about? What's the difference between school nowadays versus when you were in school? What are some of the major differences there?
Well, I was in school in the early 2000s. Basically, today I feel like a lot of the kids have a lot of their digital. Trying to get the word that I learned back in college, but they're good with technology. I'll just say I can't remember the word, but the digital savvy in so many words. So, laptops. I remember when I was in 4th grade, 5th grade. That's when we first introduced the laptops. I'm a little bit older than 27. So 04, 05 always goes easy with the grade. I was in 4th and 5th grade, 04, 5th grade, 05. So that's when we first started using the laptops. I remember, because I've substituted, I've taught for a few years now. So I remember I went into this 4th grade class and they had the flat screens. They had flat screens in there. And even in 2nd grade, the kids know what they're doing with the laptops. You know what I mean? They already know what to do. They're trying to help me around saying, yeah, this is what we're supposed to do, for class. Like, the kids are learning technology a lot sooner than, we did back then. The kids are just getting more aware and know how to use, the laptops, technology, social media. They always want to do TikToks. And you start getting a little older, with teaching, because I teach K through 12. So, the TikToks are a thing. Like, it's crazy how, the world has kind of changed. But that's the first thing that comes. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff, but technology is definitely the first thing that comes to mind.
Why is it important? I see Kobe's on your shirt. Why is it important to have a positive role model, someone to look up to like Kobe? Why is that important for the youth?
Well, I'll say for me, I just got the shirt on because I know we're going to play some 2K today and I'm repping Laker Nation. But for me, this is still a good question because, I didn't enjoy school growing up. I wasn't the best student. I never got in trouble, but I needed some more help. I think what makes me, and I always get it from the students, I take photos of what they say on the board and stuff. Oh, Mr. Fowler's the best teacher ever. You should become a teacher. You're really cool. It's because I can relate, I can relate to the kids. It's only a few years ago that I graduated from college, and I understand that school isn't really fun. It's not, but it's about what you make it. I can even reverse the question to you, Flynn. At least tell me this. What was the age range when you had a sub? Were they in their 20s and 30s, or they're pretty old?
They were pretty old.
They're pretty old. Could be like our dad's age almost. Mm-hmm. They this is a dad. He just woke up, he put some jeans on, he's there. Any job I'm doing, I always want to be engaged and try to make an impact. So I think it's important to be somewhat a role model because how I do my class or teach, my classes, we're going to get the work done. That's why we're here. But we got to have fun. If you want to ask me something cool, if you want to ask me, students ask me anything, did you play football? How much did you bench? Do you have a girlfriend? It's all this wild stuff. And, and I don't mind answering stuff as long as it's not inappropriate or whatever it is. But, yeah, so I think it's important, though. The role model is really with relatability. And I think relatability goes with anything. With whoever your favorite artist is, you might like him because you can relate towards his music. So I think in the world today, if you can relate towards somebody, that's how you become kind of friends with someone. We like playing 2K, we can relate towards that. So I think relatability is first the positive. That kind of goes, that's why I think of a positive role model because I'm not a controversial person. I'm not confrontational. So I think for me, I think that's important. And also I'll say this real quick. I've had students say, oh, yes, we got a black teacher. Like a black male teacher. It's kind of rare because it's a lot of ladies that, are mostly teachers, which is cool. Like growing up, it was always like that. So then when you do see a male teacher, you don't really see a lot of black teachers. So when you have a black teacher, they used to guess my age. Are you in high school? Are you in college? No, I'm not that young. But it's different to see a black young teacher, who's I'm taking my shades off. It's different to see a black young teacher who's who happens to teach as well. I think some students, especially people who like us, can relate towards that.
Do you think school should? I know schools are taking recess out of school. They're taking recess out. They're taking gym out. So really, school is starting to become way more of a stationary experience. Do you feel like they should start bringing back gym and recess and just breaks throughout the day as far as like getting students moving and stuff?
Well, yeah, I didn't know they were taking them out. I know middle school, like they don't. You only, I think in middle school, really high school, you only have to take PE. I think 1 year, and you're done. In middle school, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure exactly how the rules have changed, but I know elementary school for sure they always have recess. When you get to high school, you don't got recess. You just got PE, maybe this first semester. I think it depends, because it's good to always have that physical education. You know what I mean? I remember when I'm saying I'm throwing football with kids, like these are 8th graders. These are like before they get to high school, so they're like 13, 14, years old, and it's really because they were eating lunch outside. So like the teachers didn't mind if they went. It was a little field right there. They're just doing football stuff. These guys are pretty big. You know what I mean? They're taller than me, so it's cool competing and just helping them out and stuff. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think the schools are taking them out completely, but I think it's always important because in the day, until you're probably like 16 or 17, you start really maturing a little bit more into yourself, but you're still technically a kid at that age. Kids are active. You know what I mean? You gotta let that steam, that adrenaline out, because once you get to high school, you might simmer down a little bit. Then you might be in your extracurricular activities, but I think it is important still to have some type of form of letting kids get out in the sun, even if they don't have PE for that whole semester. Let them get out, let them get outside, let them release something, because they're still kids and they still got a lot of adrenaline, and they still have that hyper moments, because they're still kids even if they're 14 years old, even 15. They're still a kid. They still have their immature moments, especially those guys. You know what I mean? To this day, I don't know. Maybe not me now, but yeah. So I think it's important to have recess and things like that. Do some fresh air.
Think